Good afternoon, people. I wanted to show you guys one of my snack recipes because sometimes I get hungry too, and it's nice to have something nutritious. Now, I use this Wish Farms blackberries while mine are still growing. I have some in the backyard. And how I clean my blackberries is I take a solution of white vinegar and mix it with distilled water, and I just spray it on there and then take it to my sink, rinse them off. Now, the reason I do this is you never know who's handling your food, whether they washed their hands after they came back from the outhouse or whatever. But it is a very good practice to get into. What I like to use is whole milk, unsweetened, no sugar, whole milk yogurt. Now, why that? Because it's got higher protein, and fat, folks, is really good for you. And I'm going to do a whole talk on cholesterol and saturated fats and why it is beneficial. And seriously, you believe that people just started lying to you in the healthcare industry in the past 2 or 3 years? No, folks, they've been lying to you forever. They make their money on selling you drugs. Healthy people don't need drugs, so that's part of our issue. We're going to have a lecture on that. I really want to stay out of the political arena, but in some of the things that I'm going to show you what you need to do, it's going to go into that, unfortunately. So let's start off with our whole milk yogurt. All right, I just take my spatula and I drop it into my mix. And I got a couple other ingredients so I've got it in my mixing bowl. Now, to that, I add some organic half and half. So some consistency. I put maybe 6 ounces in there. And then I use this On Nutrition standard weight flavored vanilla. I like vanilla. I'm not big of a chocolate fan, but I use it when I can't get what I need. Anyway, I'm going to put a couple scoops of this organic grass-fed whey protein in here. So let's see, it's like 30 grams a scoop. I'm going to put 2 grams in there. I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to take my trusty whisk that we used the other day. Okay, and let's see if I get that. I'm not much of a photographer yet. Mix this up. I like to use my hand whisk, but my girlfriend, and you'll meet her, she's quite a cook as well, and fitness enthusiast, she likes to use the electric mixer. So whatever you do, just you want to mix it evenly. So what you're adding is more protein power to your high-fat yogurt, and that's a good thing. Stay tuned. I'll try to get that out before the end of the week. I'm switching careers. I'm going back into mortgage banking. So it's something I did back in my late 20s, early 30s. I sold a company, gave me enough money that I went to the graduate school in the UK, and kind of changed directions in all my life. We'll talk about that maybe, and some of the mistakes that I've made, but I'll tell you what, I'm a happy man now and I'm a healthy man. So I mixed this to a consistency of a nice pudding, all right? Now what I do is I take one of my glass bowls. I'll get a scoop in there. That's, the vanilla is sugar-free. It uses maltose, which is a sweetener of some sort. It's actually made from tree bark. But I'll add my blackberries to that. And then another thing I like to use is organic toasted coconut. So I'll take some of that, put that on there, and I like this a lot. So I'm gonna put a bunch in there. And this is gonna be my meal before my evening high intensity workout. My schedule's a little mixed up because now I'm working for a corporation and I gotta do what they tell me when they want to do it. I have a lot of independence once my training and license is done, but in the meantime, I gotta kind of respond when they have things for me to do. And I had to take my sexual harassment and anti-bullying class today. So going back into the corporate world. So I've got my delicious bowl of blackberry and toasted coconut with my protein enhancement. Okay, now this is great yogurt. I used to buy Kobani and Cobert, but the problem is they are in a communist state. New York is where they make those yogurts. And quite honestly, as Maki tells us, and I 100% agree, I don't spend my money in places that people have allowed their legislator to destroy my country, okay? So maybe they'll get the message when they start voting correctly, but I've had enough of it. I buy mostly Florida. And actually the farmer that I deal with, who I buy my raw dairy from, my raw cheeses and my organic beef, pork, and chicken from, is going to start making some yogurt. Now we're going to get some investment capital and we're going to try to make ourselves completely self-sufficient. And I wish our crony legislators here in Jacksonville would stop building four-season hotel casinos in our downtown and put some money into building our self-sufficiency in this wonderful county. Now, we've got some good things here. We've got JEA, which is a city-owned, citizen-owned electric co-op. They tried to sell that last year, and I'll tell you what, myself and several others raised hell about it, and they stopped it. But cronies are what cronies do, and they're come back around with some crazy hotel deal. So we're gonna have to get ourselves together and get them to invest in more micro farms, food businesses, and different types of healthcare than we've got going on. Anyway, I said I'd keep this out of politics, but some things just you gotta do when you gotta do it. So I'm gonna put this back in here, and I kind of just eyeball it, like 8 ounces will be a very satisfactory snack to get my protein, cholesterol, and my lactobacillus bacteria. Folks, they take the good bacteria out of milk by pasteurizing it and homogenizing it, and then they put this other bacteria in there. So this is not perfect, but it's a lot better than your standard Yoplait, which has got, as much sugar as a Coca-Cola. And we're talking about how much sugar is in a Coca-Cola. Well, this is a half a cup, okay? For comparative purposes. There's 1.5 of these in your typical can 16-ounce bottle of Coke. And that's how much pure sugar you're ingesting. Now, Gatorade, I was a Gator myself a long time ago. They changed the formula when Coca-Cola bought them to more of a sweet drink, and they took out a lot of the electrolytes. It never was what, this mix was that I'm making and showing you guys. But the reality is, you gotta read your labels. Does it meet my nutritional needs? Will it help me my body stay healthy? Will it energize me effectively? Is it bought from a place that manufactures in a free state that supports the Constitution? You got to set up your own hierarchy of how you make your purchases. But let me tell you this, I don't buy anything from Walmart, ever. Amazon, ever, okay? Because I don't want those guys making money off of what I need to buy. Now, I'm still using Costco, but that is going to change as well. You need to have some alternatives. I kind of grow my own, make my own, or find a way to get it if I can. So anyway, a little bit of a rant combined with a delicious recipe. I hope you enjoy it. I appreciate all the new subscribers and the Florida Maki for helping me out. And I will try to get that discussion on the proper use of fats and why they are essential to your diet at really all ages, but particularly when you're reaching maturity and then energizing you through midlife, and then particularly important when you get into your senior years like I am, okay? But that involves having a clean digestive system so that you can utilize those things. And we're gonna talk about that as well. Okay, people, thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to you later.